Hello students, let us start this session. In this, we are going to discuss about the meaning and features of the government company. First, let us see the government company meaning. Actually, a government company as per the section 245 of the Companies Act 2013, a government company is a company in which not less than 51% of the paid up share capital is held by the central government or by any state government or governments or partly by the central government or partly by one or more state governments, and also includes a company which is a subsidiary company of government company, we can say. So mostly a government company means 51% means mostly majority if it holds by the central government means it is a government company only, we can say. Either it can be owned by the central government or by the state governments, or sometimes partly by central government or partly by one or more state governments together. So that is known as government company. Now, let us see the features of government company. First point is registration under the Companies Act. Usually, the government companies know it should be registered under the Companies Act 1956. Sometimes it may be subject to the provisions of the Act, like any other company it deals. But however, the central government know they have some authority to direct any of the provisions of the Companies Act shall not apply to the government company, or even they can apply with certain modifications. Mostly it can be done only and as per the Companies Act only. Sometimes the government, central government has the power to direct the company not to follow the provisions of the Companies Act, or sometimes they may apply with certain modifications only, we can say. Okay. Now second point, executive decision of the government. Mostly the government company know they must be started only by the decision of the government. In that case, they cannot get the approval of the parliament or the state legislature. Unlike already we have discussed in the last session. For example, public corporation means they have to get the approval of the parliament, but not like that in case of a government company, we can say. And then third point is separate legal entity. Separate legal entity means it is entirely distinct from the members only, we can say. So a government company, no, mostly it is a legal entity and it is separate from the government only. In that case, it can acquire property. That means they can purchase property, or they can make contracts, or they can file suits, file a case against anybody in its own name only. So because it is not fully under the control of the government only, we can say. So they can think whatever they can do. That is the rule given to the government company. And then fourth point is whole or majority capital provided by the government. Already we have discussed in the definition itself. That is the whole or the majority, at least 51% of the capital of the government company is mostly provided by the government only. But here the revenues of the company are not deposited into the treasury. In that case, mostly Patumna, 51%, more than 50% means the majority shareholder, we can say. So the majority shareholder, it goes to the government only, either central or state government. But whatever the incomes earned, it may not be deposited into the government treasury only, we can say. Okay, wow. And the next one is majority of government directors. Because as already discussed here, the majority shareholder is the central government only. So central government, either state government, we can say. So the government, they have the authority to appoint the majority of the directors or the board of directors of the government company. As it holds majority 51% means only they have the right only to appoint the directors, that is majority of the directors on the board of directors only. Next one is own staff. Here the government company they have own staff only. Sometimes if the government officials are sent to it on deputation means the government company can recruit their own staff, they are saying. So the employees mostly they are not governed strictly by the civil services rules only, because they cannot obey the civil service rules, we can say. And then next one is free from procedural control. Here, the government companies know it is free from budgetary, accounting, and audit controls only, and mostly whatever is applicable to the government undertaking. So, the auditings must be strictly audited by the Auditor General of India only, we can say. And then next one is accountability to the parliament or state legislature. So automatically the annual report of a government company must be placed before the parliament or the state legislature. In that case, whatever the income they earned, they must be placed before the parliament or the state legislature. So these are the features of the government company. Let us conclude this video. Thank you. Hope you have understood, students. Thank you.